Welcome back. Well, since the Coalition's crushing defeat 6 months ago, the Liberal Party has been more consumed by itself rather than focusing on the Albanese government. The Australian's editor-at-large, Paul Kelly, writes, staging a massive, immediate post-election public disruption about net zero is some of the weirdest, wildest politics seen in decades, letting Labor off the hook at the precise time its vulnerabilities are being exposed on energy prices, uncompetitive industry, the return of inflation and spending excesses. Very well put, and I'm pleased to say Paul Kelly joins me right now. Paul, great to see you as always.
Very good to be here.
I mean, just ending on that note, it's extraordinary how vulnerable the Albanese government is on a number of fronts, particularly with the inflation figures of last week and the interest rate decision of this week, and yet they aren't being held to account at all.
It's extraordinary. I mean, we've got a government now which is running into a lot of difficulties in terms of the economy, in terms of inflation coming back. Cost of living is still going to be here. It's returning as a big issue. The energy transition is in diabolical trouble. We've got rising energy prices. We're now seeing parts of industry shut down. There's a threat to industry, a threat to jobs. We've got major problems on the health front, and the government is totally relaxed. The government is under no political pressure at all. This is an act of insanity as far as the Coalition is concerned. It's one of the most bizarre performances I have ever seen. What should have happened after the election, after that very serious election defeat, they needed discipline, they needed unity. Above all, they needed to ensure that they held the government to account, exploited all the vulnerabilities of the government rather than conduct their own internal political civil war over net zero. This wasn't needed at this time. It didn't have to happen at this time. What's the consequence? The consequence is they've lost 7 percentage points in terms of the primary vote. I mean, this is completely unprecedented. The public didn't ask for this. This is not part of the attack on the government. All this is self-imposed. And frankly, it makes no political sense at all.
What are your reflections on Susan Lee's leadership and the role that she has played over the past 6 months in, this debacle that we've seen?
Well, she's a fragile leader. I mean, she won the leadership after the election in a contested ballot. So what was required from Susan Lee was to try and keep the party united. She won on the votes of the moderates, so the sensible thing for her to do would have been to reach out to the Conservatives and try to take a few decisions which appeal to the Conservatives. So far, she hasn't done that. I think that's been a major mistake. We've had prominent people now resign and go to the backbench, which indicates that there is a campaign against her leadership. There's no doubt there's a campaign against her leadership. A number of Conservatives are campaigning against her. They are trying to undermine her. The madness of this, of course, is there is no declared alternative at this stage, and there's no one who wants to challenge at this stage. So essentially we have this insane situation where the leader is being pulled apart day by day, yet there's no alternative solution because no one else wants to challenge. So how long will this go on for?
Yeah, exactly. The foreseeable future, at least several months. Just in terms of the policy position. Now, I don't know if you saw it, but I had Cameron Milner on the show before. He was one of the architects of the original Mediscare campaign. He said if the Liberals oppose net zero, there will be the mother of all scare campaigns from Labor. We've started to see some of that rhetoric already in question time and in media performances accusing them of being extremists. Knowing that this scare campaign is coming, do you think it's a wise position for the Liberals to join the Nationals in dumping net zero?
There'll have to be a compromise sorted out. I mean, this is a complicated issue. I'd say a few points about this. First of all, it's very important for the Liberals to continue to have a policy that looks credible and tenable in terms of tackling climate change. If you conduct an interview with the Australian public and ask them, do you want to see policies which continue to address the issue of climate change? 70 or 80% of people will say yes. So essentially what the Liberals have got to do is they've got to devise a policy which is an aggressive attack on the Labor government, which exploits all the problems of the Labor government, but has still got a degree of credibility when it comes to tackling climate change. I think the policy of the National Party that we've seen so far won't suffice in terms of being a tenable and credible policy for the Liberal Party. The other point to make about this is, who is going to conduct the campaign? I mean, if they come down against net zero at 2050, there's no way the two leaders at the moment, Susan Lee and David Littleproud, could possibly wage an effective campaign against the Albanese government, against the Greens, the Teals, the Independents and all the progressive media. Do we seriously think that Susan Lee and David Littleproud could successfully conduct such a campaign? Again, this is simply not credible. So they have to work out who would conduct the campaign. Now, it's obvious who is the most effective spokesman, and that's Matt Canavan. He is a cut-through politician. But expecting Matt Canavan to lead the campaign is somewhat difficult when he doesn't occupy one of the leadership positions in the coalition. Yeah.
He was just on the show a moment ago as well. And I agree with you. He's a very effective campaigner. When other people say Barnaby Joyce is the greatest retail politician of all time, I think that is nonsense. It more sounds like garbled, just rubbish comes out of his mouth. It's nonsensical. But Matt is very smart, extremely smart. So anyway, Paul Kelly, your insights are absolutely incredible as always. An honour to have you on the program. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.